Hello and welcome to UK Horror Scene. I am Tony. This is the crew. They're not as pretty as they look. They're dark inside. We are in the room hanging with Marc Zammit, the actor, star of Pandora. Let's find out more about him and more about that. Marc Zammit. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Zammit. Woo! You already got a round of applause in the intro.
Well, you know.
Right, actor, you're starring in Pandora. So we'll start Pandora, if that's all right. Tell us a bit about your character.
Well, Ares, there's nothing nice to say about Ares, really. Have you seen the film already?
I have seen the film, yeah.
So he's pretty much, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but he's not the nice one in the group. He makes the wrong decisions. And it's pretty much like me in real life. I make wrong decisions, but no, so basically there's three obviously characters. You've got Fade, who's more kind of between, like, who does he go with, me or Aaron? And obviously I'm trying to persuade him into the bad side, like, hey, come with me and join me. Then Aaron's pretty much like a controlling one. She's like, no, you join me, kind of thing. But Ares, I try to mix up the character of, if you've ever seen Vikings, I've tried to mix him up with Ragnar Lothbrok and Floki, so he's a bit Weasley, and that's what Tom cast me as. He said, Mark, you're a bit of a weasel, so I think you'd be great as Ares. So I was like, great, cheers, Tom, I'm a weasel pretty much. So yeah, like Ares is a very fun character, and he was fun to play as well, because it's my first character playing someone that's pretty much a nasty character, has his own way and makes his own rules.
We could say he's like driven and ambitious rather than nasty, because
he's a bit of a control freak, really, so yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a very driven character. I think one of the things I liked about Pandora is how quickly he establishes the characters.
Yeah.
It
goes straight in.
It doesn't beat about the bush, it's straight in there, and the story moves along at a very fast pace as well. But yeah, you take away, straight away, you know who you're supposed to side with,
well,
you know
yeah,
who you're supposed to
exactly.
side against. And like the other,
you can kind of tell, because at the start of, obviously I won't say what the word means, you could obviously figure it out yourself when you watch the film, but straight away you kind of figure out what I am when you see Aaron's character call me Pinja. So
well, we had Tom in, the director, and he talked about Pinja.
Yeah, it's like one of the swear words, so that's what I get called immediately on the film. So you're thinking, right, that's him, he's a Pinja. I won't say what that means on camera.
You can say it, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, it means dickhead, basically. So yeah, I'm a dickhead. So pretty much.
So you're a Weasley dickhead.
I'm a Weasley dickhead. So, yeah. And that's what Tom said. Wow, great, tick. You're alright for this. A dickhead and a weasel. So yeah, that's
because they approached you for the film. Tom approached you to.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So obviously on social media, he found me on social media, and obviously he saw Cosmos, and he knew George Burt, and George Burt had seen me at a reading called Knobs for a little series that I was doing.
It's a lot of dick things here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Knobs, Weasel, Dickhead, and then one of my friends basically said, yeah, I know Mark, and yeah, he's great, put in good words for me with Tom. And Tom was like, hey, come in, read the script. I literally read it all on the train. I was like, couldn't take my face off like the pages. And then I missed about 6 stops, and I was like, oh, where am I? And I was like, okay, great. And I said to Tom, I got off, and I was like, yeah, I would love to be involved, pretty much. And then we met about a week later, and he was like, great, let's bring you in for a reading and an audition. And yeah, I literally walked into the audition with a stick. So I was like, because I started like researching on tribal kind of characters, and I was like, I walked in there chewing on this stick, and he was like, all right, Weasel, there we go. So that's pretty much how I don't chew on sticks, and like, yeah.
So now I've seen you in Cosmos as well, and you're a bit of a shady character in that as well.
I'm
so
a weasel in that.
I don't want to pigeonhole you, but you do seem to be ending up with these villainous roles.
Yeah, well, do you know what? When I was young, I thought, I would like to be the boy next door. I'd like to be the cool guy, the hero, the action hero, maybe a comedy actor. But it ended up that I'm this weasel that's good in like sci-fi fantasy films. So like, I'm playing these, villain kind of sci-fi kind of characters, and I think, you know what? If that's what I'm good for, then I'll be it. I'll be a weasel.
Whatever gives you work, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I imagine a lot of actors would actually want to play the villain roles, because the villain roles always seem to be that more interesting.
Well, it's the ones that people want to, like, they hate, and this is what I like, because we had the screening at the Sci-Fi Weekender, and when they watch me, a lot of people come up to me afterwards and goes, I hate you, I wanted to punch you, but you seem like a really nice guy. And I was like, but I am, you know, like this is acting, and
I really like it.
exactly. I'm like, no, don't punch me, like, and yeah, they you know, they started speaking to me, and I was like, oh, you're actually a really nice guy. Like, I don't know how to take you now. Like, do I take you as Aris or do I take you as this guy Mark? And yeah, but I like playing them kind of characters now, and I've kind of got into, I want to do more of them characters because I find them very challenging. I find them very gritty because it's completely the opposite to who I am. You know, I'm a bit of a div. I'm called like I'm a bit slow, and you know, I actually thought when we was at the Lake District, I thought the Loch Ness Monster was in the Lake District. I was like, Tom, it's the Loch Ness Monster. He was like, no, Mark, and I was just cracking up in the car. He was laughing so much that he actually had to pull over and stop, because he was like, have I actually cast this guy in my film that he doesn't even know where the Loch Ness Monster is? So for me to play them kind of characters, and obviously like in Cosmos and as obviously Pandora, I like it. It's challenging. It really brings out a different side to me. It shows that it's a chance for me to show that I'm versatile as an actor, rather than, you know, playing what I was normally getting was like, you know, oh Mark, we're doing this Silent Witness, or you've got like The Bill, and I'm always playing like these kind of, you know, like kind of London kind of youth characters, and I thought, you know, this is really showing me what I can actually come out of and show people what I'm capable of as an actor.
Yeah, get the opportunity to
to shine, you know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Something to shine with, and you know, and when I actually played Erez, Tom would actually go to me, Mark, go away, turn into Erez, and like what he would literally do is he'll see me just like walking around the forest, not even on set, not filming, and I'm like picking up sticks and I'm trying to get into character. And at one point, I think the other actor, Adam Bond, he seen me and I was like picking up rabbit poo. And I don't know why I was picking it up, but I was picking up this rabbit poo, and I was pretending like I was like hunting kind of thing, like trying to get into the zone of the character, and then like he just looked at me thinking, what is he doing? And I was like, right, yeah, I was like, I can't stop doing this. And then I kind of come back on set. So yeah, like, yeah, is a wicked experience as well, but yeah.
See, anybody that watches this interview now, they'll be watching you. They see you,
guys, I don't pick up poo.
Anywhere near poo, it's like.
Did they just see me like, oh look, there's Mark from Pandora? Did they see me picking up dog poo? I'm like, ah.
It must be in character.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting involved, you know. He's being Erez. So yeah, but I literally, that's what Tom used to do. He used to just be like, Mark, go off, turn into Erez, and you know, walk around the forest just doing my thing. And I think that's what I normally do. I try to soak in a character. As an actor, a lot of actors do it different ways, but I like to kind of go away for 2 minutes and just absorb everything, know what my situation is, know who I am, what's my accent and what I'm about, and then for some reason I just black out and I come onto set and I don't even think about my lines, I don't even need to know about my lines, but they just naturally come out when I'm acting. And then when I go cut, I'm just like, it's like, I'm back, and I'm like, oh okay, and then so again, Tom's like, go and pick up some rabbit poo, and I'm like, great, here we go. So yeah.
See, I'm picturing, I don't know if anybody else is getting this, I'm picturing one of your shots at home with all these little bits of rabbit poo just along it, just preserved.
It's like, so when I have a Tinder
Monday,
date or something like
Tuesday,
that, yeah. Tinder dates, girls come around, so what, that's rabbit poo, that's dog poo, that's rhino poo, so just a collection, you know.
And then a really big one at the end.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
that one, Mark? Loch Ness Monster poo. Yeah, that's what it is. The Loch Ness Monster along with all the rabbits.
That one there's bird shit, that's just fell there.
Yeah, I didn't pick that one out, that's a long story.
That's the flat one. Yeah, so no, it's do you know, and it was a great experience being on set and having to soak into that kind of character, and I found it really enjoyable. You know, it's been one of the best acting experiences that I've ever had. Obviously, Cosmos was a great experience as well. But yeah, it's just a chance for me to kind of shine and show what I'm capable of as an actor. And if you watch the film, hopefully I can portray that and show that how.
I really enjoyed the film, and I mean the thing is, it's always a worrying thing when you watch a film and you're going to be interviewing somebody. And I met Tom a few weeks ago, and so he sent me a preview copy of the film, watched it, and it's always a relief when you like it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like it, you're kind of stuck, because you're sitting there and you can still appreciate qualities in it.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, it's a little bit more difficult to
exactly.
to
and
talk about.
It's nerve-wracking as well, because you know we've all worked so hard on the set. Everyone, you know, all of the crew, the cast, they've all been absolutely amazing. So supportive as well with everything that's going on and the way they're marketing the film.
I was going to talk about that. Yeah, I think because he's been very, very clever, and it's quite unique the way you're approaching it.
Yeah.
Because you're touring the film, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're doing there's a cinema release all around the UK, and there's pretty much like kind of screening it as a tour. And that way we get to interact with the people that are watching it as well. It's not just something like, hey, go to the cinema, spend your money and watch the film. You're getting to speak to Tom what he's trying to do in the industry with this film, and what he's doing is very, very, very smart, and he's a genius. And I think he's really, really going to go places with it as well. So fingers crossed, because if he does, then we all do, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but you're all going with it, aren't you? You're all touring around.
We're all touring around. Well, we was at the MCM Comic Con in Liverpool. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's incredible. I was actually so ready when I went on stage. I was like, oh my god, we're going in the Q&A MCM Comic Con. And you know, the reaction was amazing, because we were sitting at the Comic Con and everyone's kind of just still. You're thinking, are they enjoying it? Are they liking it? And you're sitting here thinking, what's going on? And then they all clap at the end, you're like, great. And then when we left, we thought, oh, okay. And it's like, you've got to go to the signing post, sign the autographs and stuff. And we thought, oh, there's not going to be a lot of people. We come out of the green room and there's about 200 people just lining up, ready to get there. People's like, oh, right. We're just sitting there like this.
I saw the photos and they had a really good turnout. You had a really good turnout of people. Because I suppose there's always that fear that you'll just have this one bloke sitting there
exactly.
feeding his cat or something.
Just a man stroking a dog. Standing going, hi guys, Pinjo, you and, you know. So, but it wasn't, it's such a great reaction. And, you know, there's people asking for pictures, and the main thing that we all try to do as much as we can, as a cast and as a crew, and what we find very, very important is interacting with everyone. You know, because the more we interact with everyone, the more they're gonna support the film and love the film, and we support them as much as they support us. So, you know, any questions they have, we're very responsive, and you know, if they want anything, we're like, we try and get involved with them, because we buzz off them, we buzz off our crowd. The more they're buzzing, the more we're buzzing, you know.
Yeah, and you're getting really, really good reviews as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
all the feedback I've heard from it is
8 out of 10 guys from Starburst. You know, so
that's really good.
Yeah, Tom was over the moon, because when was that Sci-Fi Weekend? He went, we had one of the guys from Starburst there, and when we found out we got 8 out of 10, we was like, yeah, I was all just kind of cheering, and you know, Tom was very nervous because he's thinking, I just want to get good reviews from, like, you know, people, and then obviously the response has been fantastic from everyone. So yeah, it's been great. Starburst, brilliant. No,
it's good, and it is genuinely a good film. But the first thing I saw you in was Cosmos, which you've mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's another genre film, but that's a mind fuck.
Yeah. Basically, it just messes with your head. And when I actually done Cosmos, I actually Cy Horrocks, brilliant guy, brilliant director as well. One to look out for. He's yet again another genius. The way he did Cosmos, because it was like you had to kind of watch the series. A certain amount of people had to watch it before the next episode got unlocked.
It's a really fascinating show, and you really have to watch it.
Yeah.
And pay attention to
it's one of the things you can't talk in between it. You have to watch what's going on, and it's, you know, it's one of them ones where it's like you don't know who's who, you don't know who's bad, you don't know who's good, like who's who, like who's she in a coma, you know, who's Amy, who's this woman in the coma. And then when you watch it, you're just drawn into more, and hopefully we're doing season 2. Because I did speak to Cy, and he was like, yeah, we're going to do season 2. He's trying to find ways to do it, because we're trying to get on maybe something like Netflix or a channel or whatever we can do with it, like obviously with the series. Yeah,
the production quality of it was very high.
Yeah, it's really good, good. And that same again, yet another great cast and crew to be a part of, because we all worked so hard. We've done a Kickstarter campaign and we was raising 30,000 to make the whole season, and we got 35,000 for it. You know, so Cy, so I'll get mixed up with Tom and Cy. So Cy, we all as a team, we really pushed, and it's something that this is what I liked about working with Tom, and this is what I liked about working with Cy. It's not something that has gone, oh, Mark, do you want to be part of this film, or Mark, do you want to do this? It's a team effort, and as a team effort, we're all making it happen. It's not like you've just been hired and that's it and it's done. You know, it's all a team effort to make it grow, make it impact the audience, really. And yeah, Cosmos is a mindfuck, pretty much. So my language, guys, if you're offended.
We've sworn it before. Fuck it, don't matter.
There we go. There we go.
Get it out of the way. You've sworn in 2 languages.
I have, innit? Pinja and...
That's Wally the Werewolf. That's just like a sign of time, really.
Do you know what I'm saying? That actually reminded me of a thing on Cosmos shooting. There was a part on set where I was trying to do this line. It's quite a serious line where I reunite with Aaron and Fade after a kind of dramatic event. What happens to Fade? I don't want to give any spoilers out. And then as I'm trying to say this line, all you hear in the background is this owl. And every time I say this, I'm like, so you haven't been Easton, and all you hear is woohoo, and I'm just sitting there cracking up, and then like Tom's got these outtakes, and 10 minutes later I'm just still laughing and I can't control it, and I've just walked off set. I've said I can't do it, I've got to rest.
Maybe it was a fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Woo, it's Marc Zammit.
Woo! He's like, tweeting you now.
Yeah.
Kind of
He's probably telling all his cellmates, like, Marc Zammit was here. Yeah?
And then they're all coming. There's about 4 hours going on. But I just had to mention that because that sound.
But wasn't it a good werewolf? Fantastic.
Yeah, it was alright.
Almost like it was.
Wasn't
real.
a scary werewolf.
No,
It sounded a bit like, hey,
yeah.
I'm here, kind of werewolf.
Sultry.
Good
A
effects.
sultry werewolf.
Yeah. Everything like,
Hey.
hey, Mark, how you
Yeah,
doing?
it's that time of the week again.
It's on the weekend.
Yeah, I try and sing Let's Get It On or anything because I don't want to ruin everything. Crew questions. Ivan, any questions for Mark?
I'll go last.
You go last.
I'll go last.
Look at that, he's even picking and choosing. Antoine.
Cool. Hi, I'm a photographer and director and cameraman.
Okay.
So, I mean, have you had a photographer on the set?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We had Ashley Payton, what is Tom Payton's other half. Yeah, his wife. So she was a photographer.
Did you find that useful for the
Yeah,
scene?
you know, like I'm actually helping on the social media side for Pandora. So I've just been bugging Tom all the time. Tom, send me pictures. Tom, send me pictures. Tom, send me pictures so I can post it. And he's like, wait. And I'm like, okay, cool. But you have to have a still photographer on any set that you do. Even for my teaser for a film that I'm making called Homeless Ashes, I even had a photographer on the teaser, and I think it's so important because you need to market your film. And fans and supporters and film lovers, they love to see what's going on behind set. You know, they really like to see the making of the film, the progress. They don't want to just see, you know, what's happening in front of the camera. They don't want to see what's happening behind the camera, because there is people out there that are crazy film lovers. I remember when I went to EastEnders once, and there was these people just waiting outside with like papers ready for anyone that come out of EastEnders just to get their autograph. So these people love any kind of like behind the scenes kind of shots, and I think it's so important. And obviously the magazines and the newspapers that we've been in, I actually got a picture today of someone going, Mark, you're in a newspaper today for Pandora in the Middlesex. And I was like, oh, cool, awesome. I was like, my phone's dying. I need to know where I'm going to get here. So I was like, but then photos have been used for, you know, Starburst magazine, MYM, and, you know, whatever other magazines we go in and whatever newspapers we're going to go in. You know, these still photos are important because they are going to be used. Where Tom will just go, okay, here's a bunch of photos, pick what you want to use, and you know, it's a chance for them to kind of go, okay, great, we'll use this and this. And if they're all using the same thing, it becomes boring because people are like, oh, okay, this is the same thing because you haven't got that material to kind of send. So I think it's very, very important, yeah.
Perfect, excellent.
And you are a social media master. You're like a Jedi with social media. Brilliant.
Like a genius. Well, I find it very important. I'm glad you mentioned it as well, because I sometimes get people going, Mark, but look how many people you follow. You follow 75,000 people, and I'm like, but I'm getting loads of work, and they're like, so, and it's, you know, your fans are your fans. You know, they're your supporters. And you can generate new fans, you know, like, for example, obviously I've got Pandora, because I'm following a lot of people that like, you know, Vikings. I'm following a lot of people that like Hunger Games and these kind of films. Because then people, I'm knocking on their doors. I'm saying, hey guys, look, I'm in this film. And if you like that film, you're going to like this. You know? Oh, sorry guys. So yeah, you're going to like this film. And I think that's so important because you're generating new people to see your work, and when you do that as an actor, you're generating fans towards yourself, and it's the most important thing. And I'd rather, you know, speak to my fans and supporters and interact with them as much as I can. Tom Cruise, if you look at his Twitter, he follows like, what, 52,000 people. Justin Bieber, he follows 250,000 people. Lady Gaga, 300,000 people. So I looked at them and I thought, you're obviously doing something right, and your fans are loving you more and more and more. Even Miley Cyrus and people like that have all these crazy followings. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. And I'd done it, and more and more I kept doing it. I started seeing this build-up, and I saw this kind of, you know, impact that is kind of growing and growing and growing. There's a lot of love being shown towards me and the film and other projects that I support, or, you know, towards Pandora itself. And I think it's so important to interact with your fans, because they're the ones that will make your film happen. They're the ones that would make things happen. And I think, you know, that's how we got Pandora like involved with you guys, even because I think I followed you guys on Twitter and
That's right,
things
yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't follow you guys, and or if Pandora didn't follow you guys, you wouldn't have known about the film, but you do.
Yeah.
And that's why we're sitting here and having this meeting. So it's very, very important. So yeah,
Which is
guys.
nice because we have actually swapped messages on Twitter before,
Yeah.
but never met in person.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's
It's nice to meet you, Tony.
Yeah, you too, man, you too. Right, Claudia, any questions?
Okay, Mark, this is going to be quite random.
Go
if
for it.
we're making the film about your life, who would you want to play you?
Ooh, okay, I like this. Who would I want to play me? Does it matter? Like, does it matter about the age and things like that, or?
Okay, just go for 3 stages.
If I wanted someone to play me and my life, I think, oh, I'm getting nervous now, not dropping lids. Who would I want to play me? I think in my teenager, like obviously not my teenager, my adult kind of what I am now, I think someone like Ryan Gosling. Only because a lot of people, I'm not kind of complimenting myself here guys, but a lot of people say I look like Ryan Gosling. As I do. I probably look like an ugly version of Ryan Gosling.
A Weasley version.
A Weasley version of Ryan Gosling. But I think someone like Ryan Gosling, because I'm quite a reserved person. And I'm quite a shy character as well, but what I love about Ryan Gosling is he very knows how to build in these characters quite deeply, and I find that very, very, very appealing. Or Leonardo DiCaprio, just because everyone likes Leonardo DiCaprio, so you know, become a six icon. Yeah. And Tom Hanks, I love Tom Hanks. If I was to have someone play the older version of me, it's Tom Hanks, because he's just my idol, and I'd be like, Tom Hanks.
You could get your son Colin to play the younger version.
Exactly, there we go.
They look very similar.
Yeah, exactly. So that could be it. But yeah, I'd say like Tom Hanks is like me as obviously, I'm not saying you're old Tom, but obviously in my 40s or 50s. And obviously Ryan Gosling at my age that I am now, and younger age, well he's older now, but someone like Macaulay Culkin. I thought he was pretty cool as a kid, and he was always doing like all these face reactions like I am. I'm a bit of a geek, so I think Macaulay Culkin, yeah.
Interesting. We can delve into the psychology of that. Please feel free to delve into the psychology of that and work out what kind of person he really is.
I'm rubbish at answering that question, guys. I just basically just thrown anything out there. Yeah.
Good answers. But right, you ready now to ask your question?
I am. What advice would you give up and coming actor?
Good question. Now I get asked this quite a lot. A lot of actors always say to me, like, obviously because of Cosmos and everything's going well at the moment with my career. There's one thing I get a lot of actors saying, "Oh, Mark, how do I get into acting? How do I do this?" And I'm like, my story is different to your story. You know, that role got me that role because of this role. That got me this because of this. So everyone's story is different, you know. And I think that's the beauty of it. There's no right or wrong answer. It's all about, you can go to drama school, you can do all different ways. I didn't really go to like Land or RADA or anything like that, but I did go to a youth drama school. But it's all about consistency, so you have to be very, very consistent. You have to make rejection your best friend. Rejection really has to be your best friend, because 80% of this industry is rejection. And if you can't stand rejection, then you can't pick yourself back up. And never giving up. Like, you know, I've been doing this for 14 years. And it's just been 24/7 every single day. What can I do to progress? What can I do to make myself better myself? And it's just not giving up and just keep going, because the moment you give up and you stop trying, that's the moment you fail. So yeah, that's the best advice that I can give anyone, really.
I think that's very good advice. Did you say you had a second question?
One more, yeah. Big musical fan. Would you go into the musical arena? Stage.
As in singing?
Well, singing or just, you know, jumping up and down the stage.
I would love to. I'll jump in a mosh pit. I'll do the crowd surfing. I'll do anything. But I'll even sing. Or no, actually, I won't sing, because otherwise, if I say that, someone's probably going to get me. If I make it in the future, someone's going to go, "Mark, you said you were sing on stage." So I'll end up like in a Wembley like that. But I'm a big fan of Kings of Leon, and I'm a big fan of, you know, the Beatles and people like that. So and that kind of genre of music. So yeah, you put me in that kind of arena, I'll dive in the crowds. I will surf away. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Happy with that?
I am. Thank you very much.
What actually got you into acting in the first place? What drew you in?
You're probably going to laugh at this. So I was about 6, and my mum's actually got a video of me with my mum's pillow on my head. And I'm sitting there going, "I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy." That song, you know. And at that point, I was like, Mum, I want to be like a performer and actor. And then she was like, oh, okay, that's great. And she didn't really take it seriously because I was only 6. And then once I saw this thing on TV, and I was like, it was about, I can't remember what it was, like exactly what it was, but someone must have died or something must have happened to him on TV. And it come up as like breaking news, this guy John has died of XYZ situation. I was like, Mum, do I have to die to go on telly? And then I think she took it quite seriously. She was like, no, Mark, you don't have to die. Do not kill yourself. Do not jump off any balconies or anything like that. So when they couldn't actually afford it to take me to drama school or anything like that. You know, I was raised on the council estate. I literally come from nothing. And my dad was doing the knowledge to become a black cabbie, and you know, they couldn't really afford to put me into a drama school, and that was quite heartbreaking for me because it was always my passion, even from 6, and you know, even when I was growing up, I couldn't even get into it. But I was always like into the drama class and always kind of like practicing in the mirror. And anyway, as soon as my dad became a black cabbie, obviously they could start funding me to become, obviously, to go to like a drama school. And then even then, they were still struggling. They was like, Mark, we're gonna have to stop paying for it now. And I was like, right, I'm not quitting here. So I become a milk boy just to fund myself. So I was literally I was waking up at 12 o'clock in the morning, doing a milk run job for about 6 hours, going to school, then going back like to bed, waking up at 12 o'clock, doing this milk, and then on a weekend, go to my drama school that I was paying for. And yeah, like literally from there, just, you know, it's took its stones, it's took its paths, and I've just kind of got into it that way. Like I've really just kind of walked into it as a young age, and you know, really kind of learnt my own steps and my own stones, really. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Well, he's done well. He's done well. He's not a
I've
weasel
done
at all.
well.
Is
I'm
he?
not a weasel.
Done all right.
I'm not a milkman anymore.
No. But if you need an actor to play a Weasley milkman, then Mark is
There we
your
go.
man.
I thought I was going to be the boy next door when I was young, but you know, it's turned out.
Villains are so much more
Yeah.
interesting. Tom Hiddleston, he's done well.
Exactly. There we go.
Brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
yeah, weasel it is, and dickhead. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we're running out of time. So
That's
quickly, promote your films. What have you got upcoming, by the way?
So Pandora obviously is coming out on the 1st of April UK. Nationwide is coming out on the 1st of May in Europe, and the 1st of June all around the world, even in the States as well. I've got Zamo coming up, what I'm filming in June. Well, I start rehearsals in June, and I start filming in what's after June?
July.
July. There we go.
Generally.
See, there's the Divi side coming out. So June, July, August, I'm pretty much in Canada and Brazil filming this film called Zamo. I'm playing an alcoholic father. So I think that's different for a weasel. There we go. Yeah. And straight after that, I've got another project that I can't say too much about, but yeah. Tom's basically said, Mark, we're doing this, and I was like, oh, cool. I was like, oh, okay, I'm involved.
And you mentioned Homeless Ashes, is it?
And oh yeah, Homeless Ashes. Yeah, I've got a film called Homeless Ashes. What's a film that I'm making to build awareness on homelessness. We've done a teaser for the film. You can check it out. Homeless Ashes, well, at Homeless Ashes movie on Twitter. I think no, it's just at Homeless Ashes on Twitter. And yeah, that's basically to raise homeless awareness, and we're trying to still get the funding for that. So hopefully we can get that this year or next year and start filming that. So
and that's quite an interesting little teaser, actually.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Did it make you cry? Because apparently a lot of people said they
I
cried
never
at the
cried,
end.
but it takes a lot to make me cry.
Okay, well I'm going to have to come
I
around
didn't
and
even
just
cry
poke you in
at
the
the
eye after.
Yeah. But it does look interesting, and I think it
Yeah.
can make a really, really cool little film.
Do you know what? It's one of them films. Sorry, I know we're running out of time, but it's one of them films that, you know, a lot of people don't. There's over 100 million people that's homeless all around the world, and you know, everyone has a story why they are homeless. And this one's about you know, a young boy called Frankie who's run away from home from the age of 13 because he's facing domestic violence from his father. So you know, that was his reason why he's run away from home, and the reason why he's, you know, and his story, it's a bit like Forrest Gump / The Road, and the journey that he kind of goes through and how he survives, and you know what happens in the film. And it's a beautiful film, and everyone that's read the script, like the full-length feature film script, has just gone, wow, like you've got a winner here. So I've been determined to make this film.
Yeah, so we can keep an eye on that one, because it seems like a very personal project to you. Actually, I got the impression
Yeah.
the way you've spoken about it. On Twitter.
Well, it's the same thing. Like I said, for me, it's all everyone's equal, you know, and there's this division between the rich and the poor, and you know, just because people think they have something better than someone or they feel they're better than someone, you know, you're all equal. And I come from nothing, and that's why it's quite passionate about this film. I'm from a council estate, and it doesn't mean that person's nobody or that person's homeless or like you can dismiss that person. It's just about equality, and it's a very touching project for me. And I actually got the inspiration of like the lighting effects of Drive, how beautiful the city looks, because we are in a beautiful city in London. So I wanted to kind of add that beautiful city, and there is this happening, and people don't realise that. If you kind of like, it makes him stand out, this guy called Frankie, and he's just walking around this amazing city.
And you're producing that as well?
I'm producing it. I directed the teaser, but I'm probably going to get a director to direct the actual film.
A man of many talents.
Man of many talents.
Many talents. And how can people find you on Twitter?
Zammit_Marc. You can add me on Facebook if you want. I'm quite polite, so yeah, you can add me on Facebook. And yeah, you just see me around. You know, yeah. Twitter's the one. Twitter's the one.
He's a very social.
I know. I want to interact with everyone. You know, I'm not stubborn. I'm not rude. If you say hello, I'm like hi. You know, so yeah.
You said hello to me.
Yeah, there we go. That's how I'm Tony.
And now we're having a proper one. Yeah, but no, we are running out of time, man. Or we're running out of time. We're way past the clock. People are going to start chasing us with sticks, and Wally the werewolf will get all upset
okay.
because he wants his feeding. So thank you so much for coming
Cheers,
along,
Tony.
ladies and
Very
gentlemen.
much.
Marc Zammit. Woo!